Hello, everyone. It's me, Coffee Stitcher. It is December 19th, so next week is Christmas. So, Merry Early Christmas to those who celebrate. How is everybody? Awesome. Well, today we are going to go over, we've got some Q&A, we've got a little bit of haul. We're going to discuss next year's WIPGO plans. I have yet another rotational change, because it's me. Um, and yeah, then regular old whip updates. Then what we're gonna do next week, I think, is gonna be a whip parade, maybe, of all the things that I've got started and going, because that's sometimes fun to see where I'm at on things. Um, so yeah, so let's dive right into the Q&A. Deborah Dixon asks, as you've collected more and more fabric stash, how are you storing your fabrics? Or are they almost always going to something you're kidding? What I do, I have a sort of fun cabinet that I got, and they just get stored by color in the little boxes. So, I have two boxes of like neutrally browns, and I'm about to probably need a third because I'm doing Fortnite's brown fabric club this month or this next year, so I'm gonna be getting more browns because I use a lot of neutrals, a lot more than I do neutrals and neutrals and blues, and then like greens and yellows more secondarily. But I do a lot of like, obviously, a lot of blue and brown stitching. Robin B asks, have you done any quilting lately and just not shown us? No, I have not. Asher is enough of a puppy, that he really kind of needs someone around, and he's real bad to pick things up still, so he can't really be trusted in here, not because things are super cluttery on the floor, but he just finds stuff because he's a puppy. So I haven't really been able to get in and do anything because he needs more focus, than I can give if I'm at a sewing machine. So maybe next year we'll get to come back to it because I enjoy it. I enjoy what I've done. I just haven't gotten to do anymore. Stitching at Tiffany's asks, do you have a more accurate way of converting NPI to DMC? The tables I've seen online generally have several options listed for colors. I'm thinking about getting a DMC color card and Googling the NPI color to compare. What I will honestly say, NPI, because there are like 800 some odd colors, you are probably best to take the DMC color card if you're not going to have the access to go with the DMC and put it next to the NPI. That being said, I don't think the color shading that NPI gives you is subtle or interesting enough, to justify the cost of NPI. So if you're thinking about doing DMC instead, I recommend it because I don't really think you're getting. I really don't think the NPI is worth the cost, honestly. That's just me. I hope that doesn't offend anyone, but it's how I feel. But yeah, unfortunately, there's not a good, super accurate method. I wish there was. All right. And that is the end of the Q&A. All right, so got a little bit of haul this week. So first, Christmas gift from my good friend Matt sent me another beautiful geode needle minder. This one's sort of the pink's making a little hard to tell. It's sort of an orangey red. It's really pretty. And then my friend Cheryl sent me these really cute floss drops that are made out of, I believe, old Christmas cards. And a cute little scissor fob. So, well, and I guess I was kind of hiding it's a Christmas tree. It's the charm. So I think I officially have a fob for every pair of scissors I have, which is kind of fun. In fact, we're going to go ahead and just attach you to the scissors that are in here, because I don't think I've done that yet. Alright, then I went by Stitch Niche this week to pick up something that I'll show you here in just a minute. While I was there, I did a smidgen of shopping. Not a ton, but a smidgen. Let's see, so I got... Mostly because I'm gonna have Christmas money, so I wanted to wait and come back and spend all that. So I got the two Classic Colorworks reds that are needed for the Frosted Pumpkin Little Red Riding Hood parade. It's Licorice Red. Again, I'm going to be doing it on this lovely brown. And then I picked up they're starting to carry Dinky dyes, so I picked up the one color I needed for that 1 filigram, which is dark chocolate. So I have one of the colors. They're expecting to have the full line by the end of January, which is fine because I probably won't be starting that one quite that quick. We'll see what the new moon new start is for January. And then I picked up this piece of 14 count. It's a 18 by 21 cut. It's a little smaller than a quarter. From Bestitch Me. It was one, I guess, that was like a giveaway or something. It doesn't have an actual color name. It's just number 30, but it was really pretty. So it's the first piece of Bestitch Me fabric I've ever had. So I have no idea what I'll use it for, but it was pretty. Sort of a blue slate gray, which means it's probably going to go in the blue drawer. Alright, so that was... That was the haul for the week. Okay, so let's talk WIPGO. So I did my WIPGO goals. There were things that worked this year, things that did not work as well this year. So what I have done, I took out some of the repeats. So there aren't as many repeating patterns this year, or themes. So I kept on 3 FFOs twice, because that worked real well for me. I kept the 400 on a Mirabilla twice. 400 on just a holiday theme, because I always seem to have some sort of holiday-themed project going. 3 stitch-along parts, because I'm sure I will be doing some patterns that are stitch-alongs. And then I'm only doing one that's 300 on a new start, and one that's 300 on the closest finish. The rest are 500 on a whip chosen by a friend. So, there's a bunch of you out there that are going to be getting hey, it's your month to pick my pattern. But I found that really worked for me, because looking back over this year, I struggled a little. It seemed like some of them were almost too simple, like 300 on a border. I ended up, if I was doing any stitch along that had a border, that was over and done with very easily. So I don't feel like it properly challenged. I didn't feel like it properly challenged me. So, that's why I didn't go there again this year. But the ones where it was chosen by friends, 300 was too easy, because I would get that done in a sitting, just about. So I bumped it up to 500 to be a little bit more challenging. But I found that that worked really well for me because I didn't want to let my friends down. So that kept me more motivated to actually doing it. So, that's what we did. So I went with that. I found that I liked the idea of having my friends pick. It gives it more of a sense of community too, I think. Like it's more like, hey, I don't know, maybe that's just me. But it did work very well for me. I highly recommend if someone is wanting to give that a go, give it a go. See what you think. The nice thing with WIPGO, Jessie Marie outlines all this in her various videos. The nice thing with WIPGO is you can modify your board throughout the year as needed. So some people I know like pick specific projects. Well, if you finish that project before it's called and you want to replace it on your board, great. I tend to try to do them as the month goes along. So that's next year's board. So yeah. I really thought there was going to be more to talk about with WIPGO than there was. Okay, so now this next one, and I apologize, it's going to be glary. It is an FFO. I picked it up Friday. It is my mother's Christmas present. It is framed. It has glass because my mother prefers glass for things. I do not, but she does, so since this is her Christmas present, there you go. But subsequently, it's going to be a little bit glary. And I do apologize for that, but not a lot I can really do. It's Woodland Fairy. Let's see. Okay, so if I turn off the ring light for a second. Okay, that's not as bad. Ta-da! This is so awkward. But here she is in all her framed beauty. So I'm looking forward to giving that to her. I think she'll really, really love it. So yeah, turn the ring light back on so you can see me better. All right. So, as I said, there was a bit of a rotation shakeup because middle of the week, I realized I wasn't accomplishing a lot. And then I started looking at what was actually in my rotation. There were 3 Halloween pieces. There were 2 Christmas pieces. So that's half of my rotation right there. And then I realized there are 4 flower-themed projects. There was Inspiration. There was Pride and Prejudice from Stitching Book Club. There was Summer Patchwork, which had gone back into the rotation because the one that I had spun the last time I didn't want to work on. And Secret Garden by Tiny Modernist. All of them super flower heavy. So 9 out of essentially 11 projects were very, very similar. So I did some shaking up. I dropped 2 of the flowers, and I dropped the Samsara Christmas, the Shining Star, because I just didn't, it was not calling to me. So those went away, and out came, quilts, which I did not bring with me in here. But y'all know what quilts looks like. I was working on it earlier this year. I brought back Aurora from Brooke's Books. And I know I've got a little bit of a counting error down at the bottom of her skirt in the blue area. But that's okay. We'll figure that out. And then I brought back the Satsuma Street Alice, which I'm actually working on right now. So I'll show you that here in a second. But that came back out to play. All right. So what did I work on this week? Well, I'm glad you asked. So didn't make a huge amount of progress on cryptids this week. Because I kept miscounting, like badly miscounting. I also apparently stopped mid-stitch. So I did get to the edge here to start going up, and then like 3 different times I messed up on counting on this, so I didn't get as far as I would have wanted. But I also only worked on it 3 days this week, so that's part of it too. But next week, with the exception of we get off early on Friday for Christmas Eve, so I won't be eating lunch at work. With the exception of that, we're gonna have a normal number of days. So what else did I work on? Well, I worked on Secret Garden from Tiny Modernist. And I got the door outlined and started filling in, and I got the lock done. So here's the door. So then after the door is done, we'll start in on the fun part. I'm toying a little with the idea of trying to bring back goals. I'm kind of missing having like definable progress. I don't know. I'm probably gonna bring back goals. I like goals. I worked on the Nutcracker last week, and I got the Mouse King side done, and then realized I had a counting error down in this little bottom biscuit square, so the next time I work on it, I'll fix that. But there's the Mouse King and 2 mices. This is on Christmas at Williamsburg from Under the Sea Fabrics. Moccasin from Fortnite Fabrics is what Secret Garden's on. Yeah, I got a little bit off right in here, and so I kind of have to frog basically all of it. So the next time we'll do a cross, and I'm going to try and get both of those biscuit squares and then this little part here. And then we'll just finish with that one. And then I worked on Witchy Dreams. This is on Norica Black Truffle from Fortnite Fabrics. And I got the hat done, or at least the outer part of the hat done. This is from Barbara Anna. So I've got to do the buckle on the hat, but I need to find my silver that I was wanting to use. But there it is. So the next time I pull this out, I plan to finish the hat and probably do the hair on the witch. And then I worked on, I'll work on it some more today, the Satsuma Street Alice in Wonderland. This one's on Elphaba from Under the Sea Fabrics. So I got the dark blue of the tree, or the teal blue of the tree done. So I'll finish the dark blue of the tree. And then I'm going to try and at least do maybe the leaves. We'll see. We'll see how far I'm kind of getting. So yeah, that's what I worked on. Alright, so for this next week, obviously I don't have too many more projects left to work on before we'll be out of projects to work on. Because looking at my wheel... What am I doing? We've got South Seas Mermaid, Quilts, Wicked Siblings, and Aurora. So if I worked on something different than Satsuma today, then that would mean, because what I tend to do on Sundays is I'll work on something during the day and then I'll switch Sunday night and get my 2 nights, so I'd probably still get something in today. So if I do like I normally do, we'll do that. So we'll do one of them tonight and tomorrow. Then we've got Tuesday, Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday. And then I would have all of next week to sort of catch up. So I may do that anyways. And I can sort of look at things and go, well, what did I not quite accomplish that I wanted to? That actually may be what I do. So I may go ahead and spin the wheel and see what I'm going to work on today. So, yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned. Stick around. I hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you all next week.